the Red Wing 1907 Classic Mock, Goodyear construction, welted construction, and with the classic Red Wing triple stitch mock toe design on the leather, the copper rough and tough leather. And I've had these pair of boots for 4 years. I bought them cash from the store when I was 20 years old, and I've been through a lot with them, and I'm just going to share my thoughts and opinion about them, see what I think, see what the ups and downs, the pros and cons, because they're not cheap. These are not cheap. They're about $300 for the pair, and yeah, let's just go over the pros and cons if you're thinking about buying them, and let's do it. First things first, the construction of these shoes it's absolutely fantastic. By far, I've owned Timbs and Thursday boots, Ariats, what a lot of those other pair of boots that I've had don't come near the level of craftsmanship that these boots have, or any of the Red Wing Heritage line has. They're not perfect. They're still a mass-produced pair of boots, but they are absolutely second to none when it comes to quality control. These shoes I've had these boots, they have had for 4 years, and they have not had a single issue. And I've used and abused. I've taken it to work. I've kicked shovels with them. I kick rocks with them. I've changed oils with them. I've had stains on them. I used saddle soap on them, and I've dried them. I've soaked them, and not a single defect has happened on them. This is the only thing that's happened to them. The little glue came apart of it, but I feel like if I get some leather bonding adhesive, I can put this right back. But this literally is from stepping everything. That's so minor, it doesn't even matter. And this is the only area in the entire shoe, and even in the other pair, that has this right here. And that's pretty much it. It's just a tank of a shoe, or a boot. I keep saying shoe. It's just a tank. It's a complete tank. It's just thick leather built by people who know what they're doing. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the build craftsmanship that someone took to design and someone took their time to build, so I could have a good pair of boots, or we could have a good pair of boots that last for years and years. And in this whole fast fashion environment that we're in, that's rare, So I'm very grateful that these pair of boots exist in this world, and I'm able to own them, and I'm able to enjoy them, and I'm able to share with you guys just how happy they made me over the years. These have been my first pair, like I said, my first ever pair of, these have been my first pair of leather boots that I've ever bought for fashion or for aesthetic values. I've worked construction all my life, and I've bought Red Wing and Timbs and Ariat work boots throughout the years, and I never really considered that a pair of, or a silhouette like this, which is based on a work boot, could ever be used as casual use. But yeah, it works. It just works. It's just beautiful, and it just feels amazing when you wear them. To wear something that you know that it's just not gonna break on you. It's just not gonna let you down. And this is what this shoe does. It just gives me a sense of invincibility, which, it might be false, but It's just how it makes you feel, right? It's just a material item at the end of the day, and if it makes you feel special, then this material thing is worth however much money you pay for them. They could be $1,000, but if they don't make you feel anything special, then you're not gonna wear them. They're just there. But these just make me feel great. I love wearing these. They're so comfortable. They're just like slippers. Literally, they're just like slippers. But that didn't come without a heavy price, and that heavy price was the first six. The first 6 months were a complete, or just hell, or just complete hell. My heel, I don't think my heel ever recovered from the 6 months of me wearing these pair of shoes or these pair of boots. It was just brutal. The leather was just, it was supple, it was soft, but it was just stiff, and it was new, and the counter in the back is smooth, it's completely smooth. So my heel was just slipping up and down, and obviously, no matter how thick my socks were, in which, I watched the YouTube videos, and everybody was just telling me put 2 pairs of socks in and just wear wool socks. None of that worked. None of that worked. My heel was just being eaten alive by these shoes, and there were many times in which I thought, it's like, I thought many times, what was I doing to have a pair of shoes or have anything that just hurt me, and me to continue to wear them, or me continue to seek them out. It was crazy, but I stuck. I toughed it out throughout the months, and the final reward for that was to have these incredible pair of shoes. They're just so comfortable. They're reliable. I've used them through 4 Maryland winters, and as you can see, and if you know anything about Maryland, one day you'd be 80 degrees outside, and the next it would be snowing. It'd be negative 27 degrees outside. So they've lasted through a lot of temperamental winters like champs. They're just champs. These are just champs of boots. Waterproof. They're not waterproof. They're water resistant. And that mostly comes from the oils on them, the conditioners that Red Wing put on them, and ultimately I put on them. I put mink oil on them. I've put a lot of the Red Wing products on them, and that's made them more water resistant at the price of them being a little darker, or being really dark at one point, and just turning brown, completely brown, and losing all of that beautiful, beautiful copper color that they had when I bought them, which after a couple, you just don't even notice. And until you look at a YouTube video, and then you see how light the actual brand new pairs are, or you go to the store and you see how light they are compared to the pair of shoes that you have, and you get a little jealous. And me personally, I've used a little saddle soap to lighten these up, and I've used the leather cream that doesn't, with Neats foot oil that doesn't darken these too much, just to try to get a little color back to them, and it's worked. It's worked a little bit. They're a little red. I think they're a little red, which I guess is a little of that copper color, the little copper red color, which is fine. It's fine. They're just so, I love these. I just love these boots. I loved everything about them. They're the pair of boots that got me into boots to begin with. So yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about them, except for the break-in period, which obviously everybody knows that leather boots, you're gonna go through the break-in period, or at least these boots. Red Wings are known for having their tough break-in period. This is no exception. These did come with leather shoelaces, which I did like. They were one of the reasons I bought the shoe or the boot, because it just completed the look. They were the same color. It would just looked incredible with the laces on them. But I soon found out that they look good, but they're just, the inconvenience of them was just not worth me spending or struggling to put my shoes on every single time, and struggling to take my shoes off every single time. And I just couldn't do it no more. So I upgraded to these pair of shoelaces. I bought them on Amazon, and they're super silky smooth on these eyelids. I can take my shoes on and off like just sneakers. Well, not like sneakers, but you know what I mean. I can just pull these out, and it's just so much better. But that's my opinion. That, you know, if you like leather laces, they definitely do their part. They look amazing, and they're actually leather. So if you don't want to have cloth or cloth shoelaces, obviously you can keep the leather laces. You can, if they break, which they will break because they stretch out. Red Wing, you can just get them from Red Wing. You can get some from Amazon or whatever, and just keep rocking them. Over the years, the laces are still white. Not the laces, the stitching is still white all the way around. There's no loose threads. There's no loose ends. This right here, just noticed. I just noticed that this is coming apart a little bit, but it's after 4 years. This is the only thing. That's not bad. I've had, I wore these for 4 years straight. There hasn't been a month which I haven't worn these a couple times throughout summer, winter, and everything in between. And the only downside to them is they're heavy. They're a heavy shoe, and this thing right here, every time you try to put these on, these collapses on you, and it's just a pain to put these on. It hurts your fingers. It hurts. It's just a pain to put these on, especially with the Iron Rangers that I have, that have a different style of heel portion in the back, and it's a lot more stiffer and more rigid. And I can just grab it, and my foot just slides in there. But every time I try to put my heel in there, it just collapses, and it's just annoying. That's not really a downside, but it's just annoying. But yeah, there's before I forget, the sole. For a long time, I wasn't a fan of this white crepe sole. I watched YouTube videos and nobody seems to like them. So I'm indifferent about them. They do their job. They're soft, they're comfortable, obviously. But if it were up to me, I would change these for like a mini lug or commando sole, just to have like a longer lasting sole. But I can see why some people really like the Christie sole, because it is the silhouette of them. You buy these shoes because they do have the white crepe and the beautiful leather on them, and it just works together. And it's a lot of people, that would be hard to give up. But you can always replace this sole with any type of sole you want, to be honest. You can just pay a cobbler or go to Red Wing, and they put any Red Wing sole on them for a fee, obviously. But yeah, no issue with them at all. No issue with this pair of shoes. No real defects. I've worked on these. Like I said, I work with these. Sometimes I take them out when I don't feel like taking my big clunky work boots out, and when I'm having a light day, I just walk around with them. I, go in holes or do whatever I gotta do, and they do everything my pair of work boots do. They don't have a shank on them, so kicking a shovel is a good idea because it has no support or going up ladders. You definitely feel it, and I wouldn't recommend these for actually like working every single day on them. Also, they are not steel toe; they're just leather shoes. So, a lot of plumbers I see wear mock toes, but they usually wear the Thorogoods. Most of the plumbers I know wear Thorogood mock toes, which is one of the biggest competitors for the Red Wing. They love their Thorogoods, but the issue I have with Thorogoods is they have no stores anywhere. You have to buy everything online, and if you have anything to do or any issues with them, you have to return them. You have to the postal service. You gotta go to the post office or Dropbox and drop them off, and it's just a hassle. I'd rather buy my shoes from an actual store so I can go back if there's any issues, or I can go in and try them on, or just have an overall experience with them. Overall, this is a good blend of aesthetics and practicality. And for the price, they're a little pricey. They're about they're in the $290 ballpark if without taxes, and with taxes they're around $3 something. But they're pricey. If you don't have that much money to spend on anything, I don't recommend you not paying your bills. Yeah, if you have extra cash, I don't see why not. Just go ahead and get yourself a pair. I know the Red Wing website. You go in there and just to read up on what I bought or whatever, or see what they have. And I was never able to buy anything from them, but recently I went in there and they had it all up and running. And so if you want to buy these, you go to Amazon, or you're able to go Amazon, or you're able to go to the Red Wing store, online store. You can buy these online now, and I do recommend just going to the actual location, their brick and mortar stores, try them on, have a look at them, and they do have other models or other options for you. So yeah, these are fantastic pair of boots. Rock on.